What's up guys, it's Drac and it's time for another episode of Nerf news, or leaks, or spoilers, or speculation. And I know that it seems like we've been doing a lot of this recently, but honestly, there's been a lot of crazy stuff happening in our hobby. What are you doing here? And Jinx wants to help. She's brought us the leaks, the news, and she just got groomed. She's such a beautiful dog, oh my goodness. All right, but seriously, we've got a lot of stuff going on in the industry right now. It's pretty crazy recently just how many companies are leaking their things, slash just not capable of protecting their IP, slash retailers just don't seem to have any respect for IP, but that's really good for the rumor mill. Alright, so a few days ago, my buddy Brian Hoffer, aka the Hoff Daddy, aka, and I can't believe he likes it when we call him this, Buff Daddy Nerf, who by the way is neither overtly buff nor particularly paternal, happened to have posted this. Now this is particularly interesting because it gives us a litany of different price points for various Elite 2.0 blasters in American Iki speak, aka the Great American Doll Hair. Now, that said, this one in particular is interesting because it's not Elite 2.0. It's something called the AF Nexus Pro. Now I think it's pretty safe to say that since this showed up on a Walmart shelf, it's the Adventure Force Nexus Pro, and it reminded me of something pretty interesting that I hadn't thought about in a while. So a while ago, one of my interesting sources in the community sent me this image. And originally I did not want to connect the dots, and the reason for that is Hoffer thinks that this tag was found in the rival section, therefore it is a rival blaster. I would argue that the Nexus Pro is probably the thing that we're looking at now. Now I want to point out that the usual speculation disclaimers apply. I don't know anything that I'm saying. I'm just giving you the best industry level knowledge that I can possibly muster as an influencer and consultant in this industry. That said, this does not say the word Nexus anywhere on it. However, it does say Adventure Force and Pro on it, and I did not originally connect the two dots because of Hoffer's speculation, but there are a lot of interesting things going on in this image. Thing number one, it seems that the suppressor is removable. Could that be a zero type thing? Could that be a scar type thing? I have no idea. Thing number two, it seems to have some sort of funky pop-up sights going on, which is also very interesting, very imbus. Then thing number three, there are no holes for takedown pins. That's very interesting from an overall comfort, ergo standpoint. It's not so great from a maintenance standpoint. However, it is very interesting, very exciting. Thing number, I'm losing track. We've got a standard mag release, trigger, and safety control. The safety leads me to believe that this is going to be powerful. You got some power in your corner now. Some heavy ammunition in your camp. This pizzazz comes to us default with what appears to be a standard buffer tube stock, although admittedly a little bit shorter, and what appears to be a less expensive, less nice, but admittedly probably pretty sturdy version of the Dart Zone Pro stock. Then up front, we've got an AFG. The AFG looks ergo and comfy. It also mirrors the grip itself, which is pretty cool. Because of the way that this image is laid out, I wouldn't expect rubber on either one of those things, but something that I would expect is that there's a 12 on both magazines. Does that mean that we're finally going to have a shortened version of an Adventure Force magazine for the Pro Series? I have no idea. Is it even going to be compatible? I have no idea. I imagine that they would want to maintain some sort of cross compatibility. Then above the magazine, I'm not entirely sure if this is a window, but what I can tell you is that there are two separate elevations of Picatinny rail on this bad boy, and that looks pretty cool. That leaves you with a litany of different options for optics. And then one other thing that's of note in this image is it doesn't appear like the bars are external. That's really good. I'm a big fan of internal rails. The internal rails have been showing up on a lot of different products recently. I don't mind external rails. I don't mind external rails on something like, say, the Caliburn, but even they mesh into the body at some point. I think that that's totally fine. However, internal rails certainly preferable, particularly on injection molded product. Everything else about this blaster, with some just kind of rough mental math going on based on the grip size and the mag release size and the size of the magazine itself, of course, makes this out to be what appears to be some sort of shortened version of the Dart Zone Pro, maybe like an SBR variant, but with no takedown pins. So there are pros and cons to that, but the biggest pro of all, and I want to point out that I'm tying this whole speculation back together, is Hoffer's image. Have you guys put it together yet? If you put 2 and 2 together, you get 1 and 2 important pieces of data, guys. And I realize I'm starting to look like Charlie in that one meme. It's gonna be on a shelf, hence the label on a shelf, which is why, admittedly, I am open to the possibility that I am wrong. And then thing number 2, it's $50! If this thing hits half as hard as the Dart Zone Pro, it changes everything. Anyway, that's the speculation for today. I'm live on Twitch if you want to talk more about my crazy zany theories. I should be live on Twitch as of the launching of this video right now through the sweet, sweet internet editing magic of scheduled videos. I really appreciate you guys listening to me ramble. Jinx really appreciates you guys listening to me ramble because in an increasingly quarantined world, it pays for all of her foodstuffs. And she is expensive. She like nodded, yes. Anyway, much love, Nerf on, and I'll see you guys tonight. No Drac out. Drac over on Twitch, literally right now. Click the link in the description box. Check it out. We have a good time. See ya. Echo, are you really that mad that you weren't in this video? Yeah? Yeah? Alright. Seriously, guys, see you over on Twitch.